Alright, what's going on, guys? The story everyone has been waiting for, I guess. How I almost got arrested, keyword, almost got arrested, at UMG Dallas. Now, I'm going to tell you the story from my point of view of what happened, and it can pretty much be backed up by 2,000 people who watched the stream of it all going down. And I don't know if Keem is going to make a drama alert about it or whatever. There was a lot of misinformation being spread around, and I'm hoping that this video kind of just clears it up. Just a side note, most of the tweets were deleted and stuff, so I got you whatever I have left, whatever hasn't been deleted. Even myself, I deleted a few of them, and you know, everyone else involved deleted their own tweets and stuff. But a lot of you guys saved them or whatever, and I asked for them, and I got some of the deleted tweets, but some I guess are forever deleted. So I'm gonna try to put it all together for you, and I mean, that's pretty much it. You know, this is very much anticipated, I guess. So if you guys enjoy this vid, be sure to drop a like for all the effort I went. So I mean, realistically, it all started with just a simple Twitter joke. Now, if you guys follow me on Twitter, you guys know that I try to be like funny on Twitter, whether or not you think I'm funny or I'm just a fucking idiot. I mean, that's whatever. Most people understand that almost everything I tweet is just purely like entertainment slash like me trying to be funny, or you know, whatever, or trolling, or you know, just mainly just funny tweets. Like I'm never really too serious on Twitter. I think most people, you know, they understand that. So it all originally started when I tweeted this about Drifter. I said, Drifter said he's better than Big T and Rambo, but he can't go positive versus Benson. Obviously just a little funny tweet. I think most people agreed with it. They found it funny. As you can see, I mean, it has 55 retweets, 136 favorites. I feel like the tweet was pretty widely well accepted and no one really had any problems with it. Anyway, so later on, this guy, you can see on the screen, I'll put it on there now, this Axel guy, he quoted my tweet and then tagged all of Drifter, T Martin, Legion, and myself. Oh, and this MLG Impulse guy, I think he's also part of their little pink wall team or whatever. He tagged us all in the tweet and then tagged me and then quoted my tweet, and then Legion then responds to it, and I guess Drifter also said something, but he has me blocked. He said something about how it was false, and then, you know, Legion responds to it. You can see he says he needs a reason to hate even if it's not correct. And now at this point I responded. That's another thing, people trying to put the blame on me that I started it or whatever. I didn't start anything. You can see every single one of them tweeted me first and I only just responded to them. I don't really happen to just seek out drama, but I sure as fuck am not gonna just let people say whatever the fuck they want to me. That's just a personality trait. Like you can't just let people say whatever they want to you, whether it's in the internet or it's in real life. It doesn't really fucking matter. You need to stick up for yourself. But anyway, so Legion responded to it or whatever. He said something about, now apparently he wasn't talking to me, he was talking to this Axel guy. I said, I don't need a reason to do shit, you must not realize who you're talking to, simply implying that, like, you guys know, like, I say whatever the fuck I want. I don't need a reason to say whatever I want to say. I say anything that's on my mind. I give my opinion on everything. You either like it or you don't like it, but I'm not here to fucking hide shit from nobody. So he responded to me. He's like, you know, I was responding to whatever, something else. I was like, alright, cool. He's quoting something that I said, which is not misinformation. You know, I responded normally. At this point, it was pretty much over. That was it. That was the start of the combo. That was the end of the combo. And at this point, T Martin then entered the mentions, and this is where it kind of started to turn into a bigger thing, I guess you could say. He said something about, oh, you think you're a badass or something. I was like, you gotta watch out, these are hostile mentions, you know. I was just still kind of trolling at this time. I hit him with the I seen ya line and stuff. Like, I was still really just trolling them. And basically, then out of nowhere, Pomage enters the combo. I don't know why. I guess those are his friends or whatever. That's another thing. People, once again, try to say that I started it, but Pomage just entered the combo out of nowhere. He had nothing to do with the situation. He just came in talking shit or whatever. So I said something to him. Like, I was still at this point trolling. You can see, I'll put the tweets up on the screen. I said, I'll 1v4 your whole team IRL. I got a bald head. And then he says, you live 15 minutes away from the venue and you say this, you're sketch, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I'm very intimidated by you 130-pound gamers. Don't knock me out, blah, blah, blah. You can see some more of his tweets here. And he says something about, come to the venue. I've always wanted to meet you. Someone is nervous 15 minutes away and doesn't do shit. Basically just acting tough as shit. And I was like, okay. So at this point, they all just kind of started feeling tough, I guess. They were just, their little group, they just thought they were feeling tough. So then T Martin says some stuff about how I won't show up. He says here, yeah, but he won't. Then Drifter also decides to say some stuff, and this was pretty ironic actually that Drifter would tweet this, because Drifter, he tweets this tweet with my name, and he says, you live 15 minutes away from UMG Dallas, you never show up. He puts my pic in there. Like, this is coming from the dude who always tries to play the victim and act like, you know, I'm attacking him or whatever. He never does nothing wrong. I thought it was pretty ironic and pretty hypocritical that someone who would always try to play the victim like that then just try releasing my personal information, putting pictures of me on on there. Like, this is the dude who got mad that I posted a picture of his wife. Now he's posting my pictures and my name on the internet. But, you know, I don't really give a fuck. If anyone, you know, welcome to roll up. They're all just, you know, acting like they're fucking tough. And at this whole time, they're the ones acting tough and then calling me the internet tough guy, right? So this whole time, they're all just encouraging me to show up. You know, you're not gonna do shit, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, fuck it, you know what? And I tweeted this out. I said 1K retweets and I'll roll up on these gamers. I showed my address to the hotel and I showed it would take 46 minutes. And that tweet has 1,400 retweets. I deleted it now, but it hit 1,000 in probably 10 minutes or less, I would say. T. Martin tweeted it out saying retweet this, I think Drifter, and everyone just retweeted the tweet. They got it to juice or whatever, and it hit 1K, and I was like, fuck it, dude, I'll roll up. I'm not concerned. Like, I'm not really too worried about nobody at fucking UMG Dallas doing anything to me. At that point, I made the decision to go ahead and roll up to the event. I got in the car and I started tweeting some, you know, videos and stuff. And then I set up like this whole Periscope thing or whatever. It's like a live streaming thing. And basically 2,000 people watched me roll up to the event. I was just talking to the chat and stuff. We were having a good time. Now here is where the whole questionable aspect of the story comes into play. Now the police, they didn't tell me who made the call or anything like that, or if it was an anonymous call or whatever. But basically someone called the hotel and they told them that I was on the way there and I was just strapped ready to go to shoot the fucking hotel up. That's basically the story that the hotel was told. So when I rolled up there, they were basically ready for me. But we'll come to that in a second. T. Martin DM'd me and he said he claims it was not him who did it, and it could have been Drifter, it could have been fucking Legion, could have been fucking Keemstar, could have been fucking Pamaj even. I mean, I don't know who the fuck called him. Someone called the cops and basically, you know, they saw that I was actually gonna roll up on there and they decided, they bitched out. That's pretty much it. Like, they tried to act super tough on the internet. They called me out for whatever, and they realized that I'm not a fucking little pussy, and I actually did roll up on the place, and then they got scared and called the police, is basically the rundown of the situation. But anyway, so let me tell you the story of what actually happened once I rolled up there. Now, I pulled into the parking lot at this point. I turned off the stream and I started checking my Twitter. I wanted to see what was going on. My mentions were just on fire. Just so many people were tweeting me. At this point, I'm kind of at like the side of the hotel and I'm walking up the sidewalk. I'm going like towards the front where the whole valet is and everything. They have like a semicircle and you have the valet. You pull in and, you know, go around and stuff. Typical hotel stuff. You guys have all probably been to a hotel. So I round the corner at the front of the entrance by the hotel. I can see the doorway like maybe like, you know, 100 feet in front of me, and I just see like 5 cop cars there. I'm not even exaggerating. Literally 7 to 10 police officers there, and I just hear them yelling, "Put your fucking hands up, don't move, put your hands up, put your hands up." At this point, I was kind of just shocked and just very confused because I didn't realize that this had all happened yet, and I'm just looking around like, wait, what the fuck are you talking to me? What's going on here? So I had my phone in my hand at this point. I was ready to almost like start up the stream again and show y'all what's going on, and I'm like, shit, okay, so I put my hands up and I realized I had my phone in my hand, so I reached down with my right hand to put my phone in my pocket so I could keep my hands up, right? And the dude freaked out on me. He's like, "Don't fucking move, put your phone down or I'm gonna put you down." And he like reached for his gun and I'm like, oh shit. So I just dropped my phone, put my fucking hands up. They like 4 of them ran over and swarmed me, started like you know, checking my pockets and shit, making sure I didn't have any fucking weapons or whatever. Like, no fucking joke. Don't take this the wrong way, deadass, but if I was black, they would have fucking shot me right there on the spot. That was how serious it was. Like, do not take that the wrong way at all by any means, but if I was black, I would be dead, 100%. So they finished patting me down. They realized that I don't have any weapons or whatever, and at this point, I'm just kind of just laughing or whatever. I'm like, dude, what? I had realized what had happened. I realized that someone had made the call that I'm gonna come up here. I didn't 100% realize that they thought I had a gun. I was gonna shoot the fucking place up. I thought, you know, they made a call that I was threatening people or something, and they wanted to make sure I'm good. And then the hotel manager, like the security manager or something, came over and he's like, "What are you laughing at?" And I was just like, I think I know what's happening here. It's just a misunderstanding. You know, I was pretty calm about the situation, and I think that's really what really helped me a lot. Is I was very calm and I cooperated with everything they said because I was just trying to make sure I don't get in trouble for anything. Because honestly, I mean, I never really did anything to actually get in trouble. I never truly threatened anyone, never did anything like that. I mean, I just kind of just made some troll tweets on the internet, and then actually, when, you know, shit got real, I followed through with it. But I was like, shit, I gotta stream this somehow so everyone knows that I'm not a fucking pussy, and I actually did it. So I turned on my phone and I started streaming it for like maybe 30 seconds to a minute. I have it pointed at like the police officer, and you can hear him saying like, you know, I asked them, hey, can I go in or whatever. They're saying, no, you can't go in, you're being detained, blah blah blah. And they start asking for my information and stuff. So that's when I turned off the stream so I could give them all my personal information and all that sort of stuff. And I got one last tweet out. I said, cops, fam. That shit has like 500 favorites or something. That was my last tweet because they started getting pissed that I was on my phone. They were telling me to put it away and stuff, and I wasn't trying to piss them off, you know what I mean? So I just put it away. I was trying to listen to everything they were saying. So basically the whole process itself, it took like an hour. They questioned me for like 20 minutes, and I would like to say that the cops, they were actually pretty cool. I've had a lot of experiences with cops in my life, and honestly I've mostly had good ones. I really haven't had too many negative experiences. But anyway, so I let them on my phone, and I showed them all the tweets, and I showed them what was going on a little bit, so they kind of realized right away that it was really just a joke almost and a misunderstanding, and I wasn't actually there to shoot the fucking place up, you know what I mean? And it was actually kind of funny at this point because some of them started reading my tweets out loud and stuff, and this dude, like the officer, I guess like the manager or whatever, he came over and he asked like one of the officers, hey, what's going on, what do the tweets say or whatever, and he's like, I'm not really sure, but apparently his dick is bigger than his arm. Someone said Pomage is 6'4" or something, he'll knock you out, and I was like, yeah, my dick's thicker than his arm, he's not knocking me out, something like that is what I said. And the police officer read this tweet out loud to like his supervisor or whatever, and that dude's face, he just got pissed. He's like, what are you talking about? He just got pissed as shit. And then they like showed him the tweet or whatever. So anyways, at this point it was pretty much just a chill situation. It was pretty calm, and they asked me if they can search my car, and I agreed because I wanted to try to maybe speed up the process and get it going. You know, if they checked me and they checked my car and they realized that there's no fucking guns in there, I'm not trying to shoot up the place. If they realize all that, you know, maybe they'll just let me go. They realize it was all just really a misunderstanding. So they handcuffed me at this point. They put me in the back of the car, but I hadn't got arrested. They explained it to me. They said that that's just like, I guess, a common procedure because in case I did have a weapon in my car, I didn't get to the car, grab it, and like fucking murder them or whatever. So they had to keep me handcuffed while they searched my car. We drove over to the parking lot. They were searching my shit. They didn't find anything. It was all good. So then we drove back over to the valet area, and they were talking, like all the main cops were over there talking with like the hotel security manager or whatever he was, a hotel staff and all that sort of stuff. And they left me with like these cops just like watching me or whatever, and we were just chilling. Like I was talking to him, and it was actually weird because one of them, like, he knew about Twitch, he knew about MOG, he knew about YouTube videos and stuff. He said he played Destiny and stuff. He's like a gamer, and he thought it was like the coolest thing what I did. Like I was explaining to them how like YouTube and streaming works and how exactly like I make money off that and stuff. They just thought it was like super cool. Like it was really just a chill moment. They thought it was like the coolest thing in the world. They were talking about how they want to start like streaming and stuff. At first, like, it was pretty crazy because they thought I was just there to kill everyone, but once they realized that I'm not a fucking psychopath school shooter, it was pretty chill, you know. I mean, we just had a normal convo because realistically I didn't do anything to actually break the law, so there was nothing for them to charge me with. So after a little bit, the rest of the cops come over and they tell me that I can leave, and I have to leave actually, and that I'm not allowed back on the premises. That was pretty much it. I mean, I don't really care. Nothing bad happened. All that happened is I'm not allowed back at UMG Dallas. I mean, honestly, that doesn't mean anything to me. I had really no intentions of going there anyways. So I mean, I just drove back home. I got this final tweet for you. I tweeted him. I said, I was never serious, bud. Everyone who knows me understands I joke on Twitter, but you called me out and I'm not one to back down. I mean, and that's pretty much it. That's as much as I can summarize it. It really was just a crazy experience. I actually ended up trending on Twitter. This guy sent me the screenshot. I don't know. I heard I was even higher at one point. I was like number 2 on Twitter or something, but there's me at number 4 on Twitter. You can see it's going down, so I was at a higher peak than that, but that's fucking insane that I trended on Twitter. That's fucking crazy. That's never happened before. And then also here are Drifter's tweets that he said some stuff about no intentions to fight me. He wants to talk or whatever. Things got way out of hand, whatever. Basically, all of them just all backed down at the end of it, and I don't know. I just thought it was really funny because all of them were acting so fucking tough on Twitter, right? Trying to roast and act tough and say, hey, you won't show up, you won't do shit or whatever. And then I show up and they're nowhere to be found, and the cops are called, and I'm not allowed in the premises. I mean, I find that pretty funny. Don't you find that funny? I don't know. Just to wrap it up, obviously I didn't get arrested. A lot of people were trying to say that. Pretty obvious that I didn't get arrested considering that I'm making this video right now. I'm not in fucking jail. But really, I mean, it comes down to the simple fact that everything I tweet, everything I say, it's not just an act. Like, people think I put up an act or whatever on YouTube and Twitter. I don't really act like this, but this is exactly how I act in real life. I would never let someone talk to me like that. I certainly will not let someone talk to me like that on Twitter, and I certainly will not let someone talk to me like that on Twitter who's, you know, within a 30-minute, 45-minute drive of me. That's simply how I am. as a person. I think that's really how you should be. Don't ever let anyone disrespect you, regardless of if it's in the internet or real life. It doesn't matter. I understand some people, they're not happy with the whole situation, but realistically, nothing bad came out of it. It was truly just an entertaining scenario. I mean, feel whatever way you want to feel about it. It's straight. I don't really care. But it's easy to act hard over Twitter, but we all saw what happened when shit went down in real life.
You got a secret, like you victorious. I'm back on a Tuesday and fucking feels glorious. I'm on the backbeat, sipping in the backseat, listening to NSYNC. No, not Backstreet.